Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing pretty good on this side as always. God is great. God is good, and I definitely can't complain. So, just wanted to talk a little bit about the fight. Bud Crawford, Madrimov on Saturday. Bud's first fight at 154, junior middleweight. And Madrimov, with an extensive amateur background, over 300 fights under his belt, only 11 professional fights, but because of that amateur background, he's used to a lot of different styles. And, you know, he did pretty good in the fight on Saturday. Let me just say, I like Jerron Boots Ennis as the next great welterweight. And even when he moves up to 154, I think he'll conquer that division. I think he beats Bud Crawford. And I have no doubt about that, okay? People can say what he wants. People can say what they want, but Boots is ready, and he can beat Bud Crawford. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with his age. It ain't have anything to do with that. It's gonna have to do with the fact that his skill level, what he brings to the table, is going to be way different than what Bud has ever saw. The speed, the power, the ring IQ, the defense is going to be a lot. Okay? I'm not a hater. I like Bud. Bud is one of my favorite fighters. And he is pound for pound the best right now between him, Canelo, and Tank. There's no question about that. However, I like who I like, and people can like who they like. I'm not going to hate on Bud, though, because I think Boots can beat him, or believe Boots can beat him. I'm not going to hate on him and say that Madrimov won that fight. Whoever says Eddie Hearn is ridiculous for even putting that out there. That's more than politics. That's just being ridiculous. That's just being stupid to me. There's no reason for you to act like Madrimov won 5 rounds in that fight. He didn't win 5 rounds in that fight. He didn't even win 4 rounds in the fight. I mean, if you want to give him 4, you're being courteous. I don't think he won 4 rounds, maybe 2 or 3. And he never commanded, he never controlled a whole round, if you just want to be honest. So it's like, how you even giving him a whole round? That was strictly a unanimous decision by Bud Crawford. If you want to say 8-4, because that's the scores in boxing. They can't do, I could say it was 9-3. I could say it was 10-2. But in boxing, it's going to be either 8-4 or 7-5 for a unanimous decision. So you just give it an 8-4, right? But let's not act like it was a robbery. Let's not act like it was that close. Because when you watch the fight, as I was watching it, Madrimov, he has that up and down, bouncy type of style because he has a martial arts background. That's where that bouncy in and out style comes from, right? That's what that is. So it did have Crawford a little apprehensive about throwing, but he still threw his punches. And he landed 2, 3, 4 punch combinations on him. He landed the uppercut 2, 3 times in a row. Like, he did good work, okay? Hurting Madrimov, there was a point where maybe he could have stepped on the gas. Pardon me. He could have stepped on the gas, and he could have probably did a little bit more. There was points where he probably could have did that. But at the end of the day, Madrimov is still a strong fighter that could take a punch. He's a natural 154-pounder. I don't know what he weighed in the night of the fight, but he looked solid. Probably early 70s. Maybe he was like a light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Close to 180. And Bud looked like he was in the same range. So, again, but remember, Bud is a natural lightweight, man. The man came from 135 to 140 to 147. He did that gradually, similar to what Floyd did, right? So why are we expecting that instead of just give the man credit for beating Madrimov unanimously and convincingly, we want to say, oh, he's getting old. Oh, he don't look good. He's not ready for 154. You can't say that. Only thing I will say is that I don't think he can beat Canelo. I'll say that, because that's just a bit much to go from 135 to 168 and try to conquer a man that's going to hit way harder than Madrimov, has way more speed, way more intelligent, way more experience, counterpuncher, defense. It's different. It's a different ballgame with Canelo. People could say what they want. He's on the downside, all this and that. He may be, but he's still at the top of his game when it comes to the fights. Okay? And he don't have to knock everybody out. He's going to hurt you. If he don't stop you, he's going to hurt you. He's going to beat you. But you're not going to hit him like that, like you're going to hit the average fighter, because he's defensive, Canelo. So that's what I would just say. Crawford can't deal with Canelo. But he's going to do some work at 154. He's going to have some success at 154. I just want him to fight Boots, and hopefully Boots can move up to 154 and Crawford will still be around by next year. But I'm not going to hate on Bud, man. He beat Madrimov convincingly, unanimously. Madrimov, he landed one shot at a time, 1-2 shots at a time. He did land the right hand a little bit. You know, he timed him, and he landed that right hand. And that's the punch that you could hit a southpaw with, that straight right hand. So that's one of the punches anyway, because the other punch that you could hit the southpaw with, well, from a southpaw stance, you could hit him with the left hand, another southpaw. But that right hand is definitely a good punch against the southpaw. And he landed it. And, you know, he had his moments in the fight, but no round where you could say, oh man, he won the whole round. He controlled that. I didn't see that. To give him 3, 4, 5 rounds. That just didn't happen. Okay? So we're not going to hate. We're going to congratulate. I'm a Bud fan. I like Bomac. I'm not going to agree with Bomac saying that Boots doesn't offer anything. He doesn't bring anything to the table, because he damn sure will bring more to the table than Avanesyan brought you. And he might even bring more to the table than Madrimov. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he will, because he's an undefeated welterweight with more fights, and he's an avoided fighter. Madrimov wasn't avoided. I don't know why people are saying that. Who avoided Madrimov? Okay, but Boots is avoided. We know who avoided him. Some people say Bud is avoiding him, right? That's up for debate. Spence, Keith Thurman. We know Keith Thurman absolutely 100%. Stanley Ennis, Roger Ortiz. We know these fighters did not want to fight Boots. Okay, Conor Ben. They talking now a little bit, but they didn't want to fight Boots. So he's an avoided fighter. And that's why we know that he has a great shot to be a 2, 3, 4 division world champion. Y'all keep talking about the fact that he got this IBF belt in the mail. He didn't ask for no IBF belt. He didn't ask them to give him anything. He said, I want to earn the belt. He was #1 for the IBF belt to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence didn't want that smoke. So Errol Spence finally gave in. He finally made a deal, and he fought Bud Crawford, and look how he lost. It was going to be very similar if he fought Boots, maybe even worse, because Boots would have been pumping him, would have been popping him with that power jab that he got. Okay, he got a jab that's like a straight punch that knocks you out, that hurts you. And let's not forget that when he fought David Avanesyan, that he buckled him in that first round with that power jab. Okay. And the punch that he dropped him with wasn't even a strong power shot. That was just a counter shot off of the ropes. A straight shot, not a power shot, off of the rope, and he dropped him with that. So who cares what David Avanesyan says about Boots not being that strong or not stronger than Bud? Who cares? You lost to both, and you got knocked out by one, and you got TKO by the next by Boots. So at the end of the day, who cares what you say about who hits harder? Because he was breaking you down. You was about to go before that. And that's why your corner stopped it, right? So let's leave that alone. Anyway, congratulations to Bud. He's now in the 154-pound division. There's some fights there for him. You got Erickson Lubman there. You got Fundora. I don't know what Spencer's going to do. You got Tim Tszyu. These are fights that he can win. He got some tightening up to do, I will say, though. So that's why we got to be careful. We try to say Boots got hit a lot in his last fight by David Avanesyan, and maybe he got hit a little bit more than he should have. Maybe he did give up some defense with his aggressiveness. That could be worked on. But Bud got hit by Avanesyan too. Now, if you want to compare who got hit more, maybe a few punch differences, okay, you can do that. But Madrimov did hit Bud Crawford, and that's something that he gotta think about going forward when he fights these other guys. Maybe like a Tim Tszyu, who's probably a little bit stronger than Madrimov, right? Throws more punches. But I still think Bud can beat these guys at 154, the ones that I named. Okay? So it was a good fight. Congratulations to Bud Crawford, to the team. Wish him nothing but the best. It don't have anything to do with age. He's in shape. He don't drink. He don't smoke. So he's on top of his game. And that's what boxing is all about, man. If you're serious about it and you're not doing some of the things that everybody else is doing, then you'll last a little bit longer. Your resiliency will be better. And you'll be on top and stay on top. And you keep it moving. Peace and blessings, y'all. Ennis Corner Boxing 24.